Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? I roll around feeling like a champ. I'm validated, so I don't need a stamp. I'm working hard trying to reach my goals, but haters telling me that I was too old. But Kelly Ray said make your daddy proud. Now represent, cause you his only child. So now I'm focused, pedal to the metal, switching lanes, doing things, about to reach my highest level. I'm thanking God, cause he knew my plan. I put my trust in him, I never trust a man. I got respect for everybody grinding. Shout out to OG Rip, this was perfect timing. What up, homie? So put your bottles up and take a sip. Now grab a mic, let's show them how to make a hit. I'm finally playing on your local station. I guess I made it big, it's a celebration. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Look, let's start it. I'm way too cool. I wish I would've known that when I was in school. Lack of confidence that kept me back. 4 years later, oh, I definitely got that. 2 cars, a house, and a beautiful wife. To me, these are my successes in life. Been working for my company for 7 years. Promotion every 2, yeah, real stunting's here. Check me in the city, it ain't hard to find me. Volunteer events, won't you join in the grind? Make the world better, that's my goal. I really am kind, check my soul. What's my name? I'm Dario. Shout out Juicy J, I borrowed the flow. Wanna change the world? Ask me how. Come with me, let's get big now.
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Like, man, look here, man. Look here, brother. I'm really enjoying what you're doing, brother. I mean, I don't care about the $5. I mean, not really. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just want to hang out with you, man. Just take this journey with you, man. All over the world, man. You really doing your thing, man. And I'm so proud, man. So proud, man. Can I get like $2.50? Nah, I'm just saying. $1.50? Come on, man. Let's go, man. I'm out of here, man. All right, Black Dog. Black Dog, what's up, man? Here, man. Now, I've been following you for a long time, brother. And it look like you're starting to do good for yourself. You're doing good, brother. I'm proud of you, man. You finally made it, man. I think you there, Yeah, I just gotta ask you one question. One question, Black Dog. You think I can get that $5 now? Know what I'm talking about?
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? Man, I'm sipping on this Long Island. Just wishing I was somewhere laying on an island. I'm feeling good rolling through the hood. My city loving me just like I knew they would. It took some time, but now I'm on top. I'm steady making moves, cause I can't stop. So when you see me, give me my props. Before I say the word and your career stop. Now every day is like a celebration. Remind me of the hard times we was facing. When I was young, I always had this dream to make it big and be up on a winning team. I get respect from everywhere I go. From 70 up top to 85 below. Now pop a bottle of some Martell. Now sit back and watch how my ship sails. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? I roll around feeling like a champ. I'm validated, so I don't need a stamp. I'm working hard trying to reach my goals, but haters telling me that I was too old. But Kelly Ray said, make your daddy proud. Now represent, cause you was only child. So now I'm focused, pedal to the metal, switching lanes, doing things, about to reach my highest level. I'm thanking God, cause he knew my plan. I put my trust in him, I never trust a man. I got respect for everybody grinding. Shout out to OG Rip, this was perfect timing. What up, homie? So put your bottles up and take a sip. Now grab a mic, let's show them how to make a hit. I'm finally playing on your local station. I guess I made it big, it's a celebration. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Look, let's start it. I'm way too cool. I wish I would've known that when I was in school. Lack of confidence that kept me back. 4 years later, oh, I definitely got that. 2 cars, a house, and a beautiful wife. To me, these are my successes in life. Been working for my company for 7 years. Promotion every 2, yeah, real stunting's here. Check me in the city, it ain't hard to find me. Volunteer events, won't you join in the grind, B? Make the world better, that's my goal. I really am kind, check my soul. What's my name? I'm Dario. Shout out Juicy J, I borrowed the flow. Wanna change the world? Ask me how. Come with me, let's get big.
Welcome in, radio listeners. You are tuned in to another episode of Radio Dario. We are on episode 22, and as we get rocking real quick, let me just make sure my audio is okay. Let's go with, let's see. Let's go with press 2 if you can hear me. Put in 2 in the chat if you can hear me. Perfect. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this episode. As we get more people coming in, we'll get going there. We got the poll already started. If you tuned into last week's episode, there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the game Who Dat. Muhammad won the game, but there was discrepancy in the information that was provided that may have hindered someone else from winning the game. So there was a lot of back and forth on if Muhammad was the true winner or not. So after much collaboration and a quick debrief, we decided to put it to a vote to the community and let you guys decide. Does Muhammad get the gift card or not? So that's our first fair or foul question. But we're going to go ahead and jump into these game pick reviews. We finished off last week 2-1 on those picks with the Warriors-Lakers game. We did get that game right. We picked the Lakers. The Lakers won. OKC versus Suns. We picked OKC Thunder to beat the Suns, but they did in fact lose to the Suns. And the Suns took the victory on that. So that was our loss. And then for the Celtics, 76ers, we did get that one right as well. The Celtics pulled out another win. So, looking pretty good so far. Looks like we already got some activity going on here in the chat. I had the wrong info and still won. Double it. Oh, looks like Muhammad is doubling down on that information there. But while we're there, let's go ahead and give ourselves 2 points for the 2 record guesses last week. Get both of those games right. And then we got 1 game wrong. Still looking pretty strong on our record. 33-12. Looking very, very strong. As you can see, we got the normal lineup there. We're going to start off with a little bit of fair or foul. We're going to jump into game picks. Then we're going to go into Who Dat? Another opportunity to win a gift card. And we'll wrap up with Dario's Hot 5 and 5. So, let's jump right over here in the first quarter. Let's look. How many votes do we have on this? I can never see that information. How many votes do we have on this? It looks like 100% said it was fair. Was Muhammad the only one that voted? I can never see. 100% fair, huh? I'm going to start betting with your picks. Hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm game for it. Let's do it. Let's see. Which I do eventually want to introduce like over-unders to the show. I just haven't quite figured out what app I want to use to pull all my information from quite yet. But that is coming in the future. A little bit of over-under so that way you can pick games based off Vegas spread. But let's jump right on in here in the first quarter. So first quarter, fair or foul. We're going to drop out of this poll. Looks like Muhammad, you do in fact get your gift card. The community has spoken, and they said that the win last week was legitimate and 100% fair. So, gift card coming your way, Muhammad. Let's go ahead and end that poll. Let them have it. All right. Yeah, let them have it. This is another opportunity to win it this week. You could be the one getting the gift card this week. But let's make sure I get accurate information this week. That's what we're going to make sure of. So we got our first fair or foul question jumping off in there in the poll. Let's go ahead and queue up our first quarter. Let's drop out of our previous picks there. Fair or foul? We're going to start it off real easy here. Fair or foul? Damian Lillard's 71-point performance more impressive than Donovan Mitchell. Fair or foul? Was his performance more impressive? Hold on, wait. His name Muhammad. Gotta let him win. But that's the question. Was Damian Lillard's performance more impressive than Donovan Mitchell? What do you guys think? That fair? His performance was more impressive than Donovan Mitchell's? Or is that foul? It wasn't more impressive than Donovan Mitchell's. They both scored 71 points. They both, we gotta get the clock rolling. Get that clock rolling. But they both scored 71 points. They both did it this year, this NBA season. But was Damian Lillard's more impressive? What do you guys think? What do you guys think on that? Let me hear what you guys got. Let me hear you guys' take on that. Dame was more efficient. I agree with you, Muhammad. Damian Lillard was definitely more efficient. And even going into the more efficiency, Damian Lillard only played 39 minutes. And Donovan Mitchell played 51 minutes in the game that he scored 71 points. So Damian Lillard did it on better shooting efficiency and in less time. But here's just argument for argument's sake. He did it against the Rockets. That young team they don't understand the concept of team defense. So, I mean, does that play a factor on the legitimacy of that 71-point performance? Oh, we just got another one in there. Dame time. Hey, Damian Lillard's a bad boy. We actually had him on our top 5 list, or our hottest 5 list last week for winning the 3-point contest. So this is just adding further on to his legacy in the NBA and where he stands as a shooter all time. Let's see. A 3 is a 3. However, I'm with Chuck. The league doesn't play defense, and everyone wants to be Steph. Stephen Curry has definitely taken over the whole entire ideology behind basketball at this moment. I mean, if you go to the park and even play pickup, everybody thinks they Steph Curry out there. Everybody wants to be a shooter, but can't nobody really shoot. I'm just saying. Mitchell is just a slasher with a little ball handle. Are the Rockets in the NBA? But I'm saying, though, exactly that comment right there, Muhammad. Are the Rockets even in the NBA? I mean, they team defense isn't there, so is Damian Lillard 71 point as legitimate as Donovan Mitchell's? I mean, that's tough. Only thing I can say is both of their 70-point games are more legitimate than Devin Booker's. That's my hot take on that. I will go into that at another time. We might do something a little bit later on that, but I was not impressed with Devin Booker's 70-point game he had back in, I believe it was 2018. I believe it was 2018 when he had that 70-point game. It's still an NBA team at the end of the day. It is still an NBA team at the end of the day. And if it was that easy, everybody would be dropping 70s out here. But that isn't happening on a daily basis here. But I'm going to go with Damian. I'm messing up here. Damian Lillard's 71-point performance more impressive. I'm going with that's fair. Because he did it on better efficiency. And he did it in less time. Muhammad came in and said he agreed with my Booker take. I mean, I can go in on that. His 70-point performance. Looks like overall you guys said it was fair, 67%. So we're going to drop another poll off here in the chat. Let's end that one. So, the other poll that we're going to drop in here, fair or foul. So the next fair or foul take is Bears should trade Justin Fields. Is that fair or is that foul? What's the community think? Is that fair or is that foul? Bears should trade Justin Fields. Oh, we got some votes coming in. I want to hear what your guys' take is on this. I can tell you where I stand. Bears have the number 2 pick in the draft. They're talking about possibly getting the kid out of Alabama or going for the guy out of Ohio State. Is it fair or is it foul, that statement that I made? The Bears should trade Justin Fields. Let's see. Fields has elite talent, needs right situation. So here's my take. I don't think they should trade Justin Fields because if you look at, he already said he don't like the code, yo. There go our buzzard. But to end that, I think it's foul. I don't think they should trade Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields has proven that he can make plays. He needs to go work in the lab, work on his accuracy a little bit more, get some talent around him because they didn't have him with playmakers most of the season until they later traded for Chase Claypool. But who's to say that any of these young guys coming back out are going to be good? I mean, if we look at when Justin Fields came out of high school, going to Ohio State, even to his performance at Ohio State, he was right up there. Him and Trevor Lawrence was constantly being talked about as 1A and 1B in talent. So I think Justin Fields' talent is still there, 100%. They're going to trade back in the draft. They very well could. That'd be crazy. Speaking of which, I don't know. The NBA draft is going to be here in Kansas City this year, right at Union Station, which is what the picture is behind me. The NFL draft is like my favorite sports time of the year. Like that's something I'm really, really excited about every year. I'm gonna try to go be at the NFL draft this year since it's gonna be here. Maybe do some vlogging or something while I'm down there. see what kind of interviews we might be able to get out there. So just something to tune into. That's something a goal I'm gonna set for myself this year with the NFL draft. Let's see. Get more picks and build. Get some talent around them, then see what happens. I agree, Kevin. Get some talent around the kid first. Isn't this a wide receiver year for the draft? There's some decent wide receivers. Gotta go. So it looks like 75% of the community said foul and agreeance with me. I wonder if I should start giving myself points for that. If I'm in line with the audience, with the community. But let's jump into our next quarter topic, which is going to be the game picks this week. So we're doing something a little bit different here with game picks. You guys just watch what I'm doing and we'll go that way. Last week I put in who you guys thought, like I was putting in like polls for each one. That kind of takes too long, and I thought I was going to be able to get a mod, and the mod would be able to do the polls for me. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to do that on YouTube. So you guys just come in the chat and tell me what your thoughts are on these game picks, and let's jump into it. Second quarter, let's go. Let's tip off. So, second quarter, we are talking about the games on Sunday, March 5th. So I switched it up a little bit. Last week and the week before, we did all NBA games, and we picked those games. But with the addition of the XFL, I've been watching that on Sundays here in the previous few weeks, and I kind of like it. I kind of like the XFL. So my first question for you guys is, let's unveil this. My first question for you guys is, how do you feel about the XFL? Have you guys had a chance to watch it? What do you think? Is it a good product? Because for me, the XFL has actually been pretty entertaining, especially with some of their rules. And I mean, watching that first game with the Battlehawks coming back at the end of the game to win it when they were down 9 points because they completed that 4th and 15. So they never had the onside kick the ball or kick it off. It was just crazy. It was kind of nuts. But the kicking game in the XFL has been bad, so it's been hard to watch. And also the offensive line play has been hard to watch. Looks like we got a couple of XFL people that have been watching. Most definitely hitting. Oh yeah, they hitting. I like that. Oh yeah, they hitting. They definitely laying some hits out there. I like that. But yeah, the O-line play, there we go. It's pretty good. I like how they do reviews. I like how they do reviews too. O-line is gonna get a QB kill. Yeah, the O-line play has not been great so far. But I gotta say, I kind of like the product so far. I'm gonna continue to watch it. Hope it continues to improve from here, and I can definitely see it as something that sticks around. I mean, the jerseys look good. They got a lot of great names involved in it. You don't have scrubs out there. You have real NFL talent that is playing in this league. I mean, obviously the quarterback play isn't the most spectacular, because if they were good enough, they'd be in the league, with the exception of A.J. McCarron, who could be in the league. Let's see, 3-point conversion is nice. I think they got a really solid product there, and if they continue to build off of it, I'll be interested to see how that goes. But so because I've been getting involved into the XFL, that is why you see them on my list for game picks this week. So let's jump into it. So Sunday, March 5th this Sunday at 2:30 on ABC, you'll have the Lakers and Warriors going at it again. I know this was similar to the game I picked last week. I picked the Lakers to beat the Warriors, and that's not changing today either. I'm going to pick the Lakers again to beat the Warriors on Sunday. Beating the Warriors. Look, the Warriors at this point, Draymond isn't being Draymond. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of things that happen in the offseason impact what we're seeing from the Warriors on the court this year. And Steph Curry's been hurt in and out of the lineup. It's just, I mean, they got a lot of injuries just across the board on their team. But look, I can tell you this, they get it together, nobody want to see the Warriors in the playoffs if they're clicking on all cylinders. If they're clicking on all cylinders. Let's see here. We got some more chats coming in. Let's see. Lakers by 4. Battlehawks Roughnecks. Huh. Interesting. Lakers in trouble now for real. St. Louis, let's go. Okay. Young team that has to grow up real fast now without the king. Yeah, because LeBron James did get injured in that last game. So, we're going to jump into this. Battlehawks versus the Defenders. In this game, for anyone that doesn't follow the XFL, these two teams are both undefeated. They're both 2-0, and I think the Defenders are looking like the better team to me right now at this present moment. But the Battlehawks have found this weird way to find out how to win games. I mean, starting with that first game, the Battlehawks have found ways to win, and it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. So, for that reason, I did go with the Battlehawks. I did go with the Battlehawks to beat the Defenders. Now, man, we ran out of time on that topic. But for the Brahmas and the I'm mixing up the names now, and the Roughnecks, Hotline Bling, somebody texted me, and the Roughnecks, the Brahmas head coach is Hines Ward, the old receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Roughnecks head coach is Wade Phillips. So you got some like marquee names from the past that are involved in this league. And I've seen the Roughnecks play, and their pass rush is ridiculous. Their pass rush is so freaking impressive, and it's actually really fun to watch. That's what I'm really excited to see in this game. The Brahmas, they have a solid running back. It just doesn't seem like it takes them a while to get going. Their offensive line play has probably been the worst I've seen in the league so far. So putting that pass rush from the Roughnecks up against the Brahmas offensive line, which I feel like has been some of the worst play I've seen out of all the teams this year, that's why I went with the Roughnecks. So, ironically enough, I saw Muhammad come on here and say Lakers, Battlehawks, Roughnecks. Looks like great minds think alike, because that's the exact same lineup I chose for my picks. DC looks like a better defense. Look, and that's why DC is probably the team that's impressed me, between them and the Roughnecks, have impressed me the most this XFL season. But like I said, the Battlehawks have found this weird way of winning games. I know people don't, in the society that we're in now today, as we move forward, a lot of people don't like when you say I'm making gut decisions or I got a gut feeling. I got a gut feeling the Battlehawks are going to beat the Defenders. And you can catch these games, where you can catch these games at, let's go over that. Sunday, March 5th at noon, and this is Central Time. All of these are Central Time zones. It will be on ESPN Extra. So if you don't have ESPN Extra, you probably won't be able to catch this game. I know they show it on FX they show it on XF for some areas and locations where you can watch it. But the evening game, the Brahmas versus the Roughnecks, it comes on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock. So we got primetime game on ESPN2. That's where you can go watch this game at. I encourage you guys to give it a chance, see what you think. If you don't like the product, hey, you ain't got to watch it again. But I've enjoyed it so far. So I think give it a try. And also I'm supporting The Rock. The Rock was always my guy growing up. So he's part owner with his ex-wife owning this league. So I'm supporting my guy. Let's see. Seattle has been the biggest buzz. Right? They have so much talent. Josh Gordon. And Josh Gordon looks nice. He looks nice out there against that talent. Okay, let's Let's jump over here into quarter 3. You guys know what time it is. It's who that? Who that player? You know what? We're going to do something different this time. I feel like I give you guys too much time to figure out who that player is. So we're going to cut the time. We're going to get some of our time back. So I went over on the first 2 topics. We're going to cut this down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're going to cut the time in half. We're going to cut the time in half on this one. And I want to see if y'all can guess who that player. So let's jump on into it. Who that? Who that player? So, first revealing stat for you guys. This player averages 29.7 points per game. And I did not post a question there or anything like that. So feel free to just throw it in the chat who that player is. First statistic I'm giving you guys, this player averages 29.7 points per game. Next statistic I'm giving you guys, this player averages 6.7 rebounds per game. And final statistic I'm giving you guys, this player averages 5.3 assists per game. What you think so far? With the information I gave you so far, who you guys thinking? Anybody got any guesses? Who that player? 30 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, these some crazy stats. These some crazy stats. Who is that? Who that player? Let me see what y'all guessing. Any guesses so far? 29.7 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game. Also, I think I gave y'all too much information on the info last time. So we shrinking up the info a little bit to make it a little bit different, a little bit more difficult. I can't keep giving out a gift card every week. So we're gonna have to up the ante on y'all. Tatum, shake my head. That's the first guess we got in. Tatum. Okay. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Here at the 30-second mark, I'm going to reveal the final clue to you guys, which is going to be the conference that the player plays in. So here at the 30-second mark, we're going to unveil that. All right, let's go ahead and unveil that. This player plays in the West. Jason Tatum. Let's see. Somebody's learning. You know what happened week 1? We had to null and void the pick because they just said Kelsey. And as you know, there's Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey. You gotta be specific. Jason Tatum. But with me dropping that last hint there that it's in the West, what do you guys think? I'm gonna give you guys 15 more seconds to get your final guesses in. And then after that, we will unveil who that player. Let's see. 15 seconds on the clock. Any other guesses? All right, final guess just came through. A slide through of Ja Morant, and that is incorrect. Who that player? Who that? That player is none other than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant sporting his new Valley jersey on the West Coast with the Phoenix Suns. That is who that player for this week. So, not coming off of any money this week, except for the money that was owed to Muhammad last week. So we'll be getting that gift card out to Muhammad, but looks like we didn't no winners this week for who that player. You guys will have a chance next week. You'll have a chance next week to win again. But I appreciate you guys for participating. Let's jump on over into our final topic, other than our Dario scenarios, which I do whatever the heck I want at that time. We're going to go into Dario's Hot 5 and 5. Look, we just had a guest come in, Kevin Durant. I apologize. You are too late. The clock has now ceased. So, it's too late. You already missed it. All right, let's jump into our fourth quarter topic, Dario's Hot 5 and 5, the hottest segment in all of sports. So let's jump right on into this. YouTube was slow. All right, let's see here. Fourth quarter. So for this week's fourth quarter, we're going to talk about the hottest 5 Chiefs offseason rumors so far. This is so far the hottest 5 rumors so far this season with the Chiefs. So let's go ahead and cue up that clock, and we're going to start it. Clock is rolling now. And the first rumor we're going to unveil, cutting Frank Clark. That is the first rumor we have up on the board, cutting Frank Clark. So they say cutting Frank Clark will save the Chiefs significant money on the cap. That'll be able to allow us to possibly sign Orlando Brown to a long-term contract. Maybe bring back Juan Thornhill. Maybe bring back Andrew Wiley or Juju or anything like that. But cutting Frank Clark could even allow you to go make a play at a free agent. And I believe the numbers are he could save you $21 million on the cap by cutting Frank Clark. Now, I don't think they cut Frank Clark. Oh, we just can't. Oh, they are cutting Frank Clark for sure. I think what they do is they work out a new deal with Frank Clark where maybe they cut him, but they bring him back at a much, much more team-friendly contract that allows him to continue his success that he's had here in the playoffs with the Chiefs, as, you know, of course, being second all-time in sacks in the postseason. But it allows him to come back and still be able to participate with us, and allows us to be a little bit more flexible with our spendings. They can also still play around with Patrick Mahomes' crazy contract to do some things. But I don't believe that if we do cut Frank Clark, I do believe he'll probably still be on this team next year. We got some more things coming in. We're going to touch on all this, but we're going to jump into Dario's fourth rumor, which is Allen Lazard free agent target. As you see, I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but Marquez Valdes-Scantling has been quote-unquote Twitter tampering with his ex-teammate Allen Lazard, asking him, hope he gets paid, and asking him to come play for the Chiefs. I can tell you how I feel about this. I wouldn't be upset if we got Allen Lazard. He's 6'5", big body receiver. We don't have a receiver on the roster like that's making plays, but ultimately, I don't want to pay a lot of money for him. I mean, he's a receiver that had 700-something receiving yards this year, playing with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers looked frustrated all year because he didn't have a consistent target to go to. So if you couldn't become the consistent target for Aaron Rodgers to go to, I don't really want you on our roster. At least not for a large amount of money. I mean, if they could work out a contract, of course I'm not going to say no to a 6'5" receiver that can make plays, but I'm not trying to spend our money that way in free agency at this moment. Let's go ahead and unveil number 3. The third hottest topic is Jalen Ramsey, a trade target. I don't really like this one either. Jalen Ramsey coming to us, I mean, crazy. He has a crazy contract that doesn't help out our cap situation. I don't think we need Jalen Ramsey. I think L'Jarius Sneed played wonderful this year for us. He took another step, which L'Jarius Sneed was already a nice corner, but he took an even farther step to where some people argue that he's the best nickel corner in football, and we was moving around a lot. I love Trent McDuffie. The young guys are only going to improve, Jalen Watson and Josh Williams, and who knows what we can get out there in the draft. I don't like that possibility at all of trading for Jalen Ramsey. I don't like that rumor at all. So I don't like that one. So the second rumor I want to touch on is they caught my boy Pat. They said he was drunk at the Lakers-Mavs game. They said he was hungover or drunk. I cannot confirm or deny that. And if he was, so what? My man is still celebrating a Super Bowl win. And it wasn't like he was being belligerent out there or nothing. LeBron even came over and gave him some love and throw some doubt to him. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these comments here. We got 40 seconds left. We're going to end up going over a little bit. But Hardman is out. That did not make the list. I can confirm that he was not the number one spot. Hardman is out, though, I believe, because with the trades that were made this year to get Kadarius Toney and then the draft selection of Sky Moore, I think it provided you the leverage. And look, Hardman was out mostly all year, and we still won a Super Bowl. Clark comes alive in the playoffs, though. He does, which is why I believe we'll figure out a way to reconstruct his contract. We'll find a way to reconstruct his contract and bring him back in some form or fashion. He may very well get cut, but I think he will definitely be on the team next year. We need a legit wide receiver number one. I agree we do need a legit number one receiver, but Alan Lazard definitely is not it. Pass on Ramsey, me and you are on the same page there. Noah Ramsey, he was getting cooked this past season. Me and you are on the same page there. Mahomes is drunk everywhere. I mean, he won a freaking Super Bowl. Absolutely, he's drunk everywhere. And then, let's see, I missed one. Orlando and Juju out. I don't think Orlando and Juju is out. I think Orlando Brown did just enough down the stretch there to secure himself another year with the Chiefs and possibly an extended long-term contract with the Chiefs. I don't know that Juju will be back, though. Especially when you look at how Veach does things. If he sees a guy in the draft that can be productive for us, and don't forget, Sky Moore is going to get better this year. We have Justin Ross, who was doing some crazy stuff in training camp before he got hurt. But that's his biggest issue, is he's injury prone. So if Brett Veach can make a play in the draft to get a solid receiver, I don't see Juju back. And then I see somebody put Alex Smith, which you are absolutely right. Spoiler alert, our hottest topic rumor is Alex Smith as the quarterback coach. How freaking amazing is that? But it's fake news. Alex Smith is not the quarterback coach. I don't know if anybody saw this tweet or this post going around with Alex Smith accepting him as the quarterback coach, and it said Adam Schefter reported it. But if you pay close attention to it, Schefter's name was spelled incorrectly. And if you're in tune and you talk to Andy Reid, I got him on speed dial. Andy Reid had told me when I saw it, I sent him a quick text message, was like, "Hey Andy, Alex Smith quarterback coach? ? And Andy was like, "No, why would we do that? I'm hiring David Girardi. I'm promoting David Girardi to be the quarterback coach," which is in fact what happened. David Girardi got promoted to quarterback coach after Matt Nagy got promoted to offensive coordinator. But that's a fun rumor. Got a lot of Chiefs fans excited because a lot of Chiefs fans love Alex Smith here based on his relationship with Patrick Mahomes and how he mentored him his first year. And also, Alex Smith was such an amazing professional here in the city. And for me, who's watched a lot of Chiefs football growing up, you go back to the Trent Green, you can go back to Gerback, you can go to Montana, which I was a baby then, so I don't go back that far. You can go to Todd Blackledge, Damian Heward, all these quarterbacks, right? All the ones I've seen, like I said, I was a baby when Montana played here, but Alex Smith got us a playoff win, and that's all that mattered to me. He jumped all over them when he got us that playoff win, and now Patrick Mahomes stands alone at the top for me. Well, actually, I won't say he jumped all of them, but of course, Lynn Dawson got us our Super Bowl win. So you got Patrick Mahomes, Lynn Dawson, then Alex Smith. Let's see. We got some things coming in here. Juju stock is up now. He will go elsewhere. I believe that too. Fake news. Yeah, it was fake news. Alex Smith won our first playoff win in 23 years. You said it. You said it just like me. That's why Alex Smith is such a beloved guy here in Kansas City. It took us a long time of losing in the playoffs for us to get not Todd Blackledge. I know, right? We went through some tough years when it came to quarterbacks here in Kansas City, and this is just so out of the norm what we're experiencing with Patrick Mahomes. Love it so much. It's a fun time to be a Chiefs fan. So we're going to go into our overtime topic, Dario scenarios. Topic today is I'm doing a garage sale this weekend. I haven't done a garage sale since I was about 8 years old. A garage sale was my first job. I was employed by my mother to help her with the garage sale. I had a lot of potential as a kid. That's not to toot my own horn, but I had a lot of man, we had blackouts. Yeah, we had blackouts. They wouldn't even show our TV on. They wouldn't even show our games on the TV. But going back to my story, I'm doing a garage sale this weekend, and I'm a little out of practice. I haven't done a garage sale since I was 8 years old. When I was 8 years old, I got employed by my mother to help her with the garage sale. We put everything out. There was prices listed. Halfway through that garage sale, I started realizing I don't really like working that much. So there was another neighborhood kid that worked on the block, and I told him I would pay him in toys that my mother was selling. So instead of selling those toys, I would just give him the toys for free if he worked the garage sale in place of me. So I had the kid working the garage sale in my place, and I was doing negotiating. Let's see, garage sales are rough. You price something for 10 cents just for someone to negotiate you down to 5 cents. Pass. Yeah, garage sales are tough. But hey, either I'm going to throw it all out, or I'm going to see what we can get for it. Or I can be a hard stubborn person where I don't negotiate. No haggle prices. Ain't that what people doing nowadays? No haggle prices? That's the best way to negotiate. We don't haggle. The price is the price. But so after I employed this other kid to work for me, and I was giving away the toys, and I explained to one lady that wanted to pay $50 for something that I was like, man, we're not even using that. $25. I'm trying to assume the sale here. Trying to get, our net sales up. My boss, which was my mother, wasn't happy that I was getting our net sales up because the profit margin was suffering from the decisions I was making, and unfortunately I was fired off the job. Wasn't able to finish out the rest of the day. I was sent inside. The neighbor kid I had hired was fired as well. So that was the last time I worked a garage sale, and I'm trying to do one this weekend, and I have so many questions. I'm like, do people even pay with cash anymore? Like, if I put that this is cost this much, is people going to even have cash to come buy it? Are they going to try to use a card? Do I use Cash App? You hear all these things about Cash App. People can, steal your bank information. And in order to use Apple Pay, I'm kind of like a newbie to all this stuff. Using Apple Pay, do they have to have my number? Because I don't want them calling me saying something broke after they bought it off my lot. Every day I'm hustling. Yeah, right? Shout out Rick Ross. But I don't know the first thing about running a garage sale. So now I'm starting to question my whole thought process about having a garage sale. Like, what the heck? Use Zelle. Oh man, I gotta set up a Zelle account. Set up that Venmo. I actually do have a Venmo account. Because they said that is the best way to do business as a contractor. Not to say I'm a contractor or anything like that, but they a lot of contractors use Venmo. So I do actually have a Venmo account. But yeah, I don't know the first thing about doing a garage sale in today's world. Like I said, 8-year-old Darius would have hired somebody to do it for him, and would have been 100% all about net sales. net sales. But I got fired, so I don't know the first thing about running a garage sale. So this is going to be interesting. So any advice you guys can give me, drop it down in the chat. I'm going to leave it running for a little bit. Oh, hold on. Senior high and negotiate to your price point. So, okay. So start high and negotiate to your price point. Yeah, but what if I just do no haggle? That seems to work for a lot of businesses nowadays. Problem is Venmo will report your stuff to the IRS. I don't need the IRS coming for me. Oh, start high. Oh yeah. Start high, negotiate your price. Negotiate to your price point. Good advice. How do I decide how much things are worth? Like, do I just Google it and try to figure out how much an item is worth and just label it at that price? Like, I'm so confused by all this stuff. Is it just worth what it's worth to me? What is it worth to somebody else? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I'll let that chair go for like $50. Like, what? You just pulled an arbitrary number out, chat? But yeah, all interesting stuff. You guys think about that. I didn't think this through. You guys think things through before you do it. Garage sale is all about the negotiations. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I'll have to update you guys next week on how it goes. But that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you for tuning in. I haven't done this in a while, but somebody pointed this out. Our viewers have been going up. Our subscribers have been going up. But our likes have stayed the same. Each video has 1 or 2 likes. So if you guys could do me a favor, make sure if you're not already subscribed, like the video. And as always, like I always say, give me feedback. Let me know what you guys like about the show, what you would want to be different. Let's see. If you have a neighborhood Facebook page, put your big ticket items on there to bring people in. Man, technology is crazy. I didn't even think about that. Like, go on Facebook Marketplace and put most of my stuff that I'm gonna do in the garage sale on there. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if my neighborhood has a Facebook page or not. I don't know. I don't think they invited me. I'm not one of those cool kids that get invited to the neighborhood Facebook page. But thank you guys for tuning in. Like I was saying, please like the video. That's how it gets out to other people to get a chance to watch it. And thank you for all the participation and give me feedback. I want to continue to work on this and get better and see. I try to cater the show to the audience so that there's involvement. So if you guys have any ideas on how we continue to push this thing forward, I'm all ears. And have a wonderful night and see you next week.